Yes.
Wow. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to a spookier version.
I like
of
this.
The Rag
I feel like I'm
Company
at my
podcast.
house.
Yes. So it does. It has the purple and green going on. Oh, I love that.
Yes,
I
look
love
at
that. So awesome. You notice it's actually like car.
Oh,
symbols.
logos. Look,
Yeah,
a
we got
Chevrolet emblem,
badges
a
on
Honda
our
logo,
tombstones. That's awesome.
a weird triangle. I don't know what that is, Dane. But
Oh man!
very
so
strange.
yeah, I got a Jag, and I see a Honda over there with Anthony. You got a Chevy, and what's Ram got?
A Dodge.
He's got the logo.
He's
It's
got
the
the Colourlock symbol. Yeah,
I was playing that
yes,
music.
that was
That's
delightful.
wonderful.
That was an original Anthony Fisher
I was
production.
setting the mood, right, for the spooky season that we're currently in. I am wearing a black and purple flannel
On
That's
the
a nice
hottest
touch.
day of October.
to set the mood,
It's-
right?
But
None of you guys are themed.
right, because of the fact that it's going to be 84 degrees today.
oddly yes.
The last hot day of October. Now,
Levi, it's called picking your poison, is what that is.
I know you always pick the wrong day though for that poison.
Oh,
So
well, I guess
just
there's that.
next
never a
week,
wrong day
I'm going to
for
say
poison.
next week it's going to be perfect because it's going to be crisp. It's going to be cool. Perfect for our photo shoot,
Yes.
our fall photo shoot that we love to do.
Yeah.
Get ready for junkyard season, baby.
Ooh.
So are we doing
Flannels, Brooks, jeans, power tools, beat up cars.
Are we doing like a scary photo shoot inside there?
could.
Like
We
a
could do
scary
that.
Dixon flannel junkyard
Yeah.
photo shoot?
I'm excited because not only is pumpkin spice out and about and available,
Mm-hmm.
but like we say, crisp fall weather, nothing like junkyard hunting.
Honestly, so Ram, when we walk to the junkyard across the street, right? We should probably go while you're here, by the way. It's nice on a crisp day because you walk out there, right? It's nice and cool, right?
Yeah.
The wasps aren't attacking like they normally are.
Okay.
There is
That's the
pretty
key
big
difference,
wasp
right?
issue in the junkyards, but it's just a vibe. I don't know
I
how
like
to
it when I
describe
can just, it's crisp enough you see your breath. Just
Yeah.
Ooh, oh.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you see a part
you
in the
talk, you
distance
wanna
that
be
you really
close to your
want.
microphone.
I love the hot apple cider that they're handing out
They don't do that.
for the folks in the
They've literally
junkyard.
never done that.
Sometimes you get donuts.
Nope.
And
That's not true at all.
bratwursts.
No, no. So what
festive.
they do
quite
give you
nice.
is they do give you a bottle of purple Fabuloso if you want to
True.
spritz your hands off,
Yes.
which does smell fantastic.
It smells
what I love is
fabuloso,
walking into
you
that
might
corner
say.
room and smelling that purple
Yeah.
Fabuloso.
It
Very
is-
we're
intoxicating.
going to the junkyard so we can smell, so our hands can smell nice. That's the main.
Well, no,
That's why you
well,
go to a
it's
junkyard.
if you want
And
to
the
get your-
complimentary hot cider
Yeah.
and brats.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, my favorite part about the Fabuloso is normally you're supposed to dilute that concentrate. They don't.
No,
They just
no, there's
kinda
full
spray it on everything.
It works
concentration.
great.
baby.
Clean the floors with it, clean the tires, degrease a motor with it. Does it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
All
really
right, well,
does.
So getting into this, so I think we have to do a little bit of housekeeping. So Ram, take it away. What do we clean a house with today? A broom, a dustpan.
What's going
Oh,
on?
no.
What's going on? Throw me the details.
By the
Dare
way,
you.
guys,
How dare you?
Ram from Colourlock is here. I forgot to mention
Yeah,
that
Ram
I
Iyer.
have Levi to my right, Anthony to my left, a little further than usual, because to my direct left is Ram from Colourlock. So yes, we have Ram in the
Thank
studio.
you so
Say hello to Ram,
much.
people.
Wow.
Hello. All right.
It's been such a
Excellent.
while.
This
so-
video is all about leather and chains.
That's right.
Leather and
Oh,
chains.
okay, I think we're on the
Maybe
wrong
a different
podcast.
kind of video.
So
Oh, my
I
goodness.
guess for housekeeping, right? So I guess just to, first and foremost, so Ram is in the house to film some Colourlock videos,
Yep.
which is gonna be super cool. And so hopefully filming some stuff to answer many questions that you guys have on different types of leather. So what did you film today, Ram?
So we spoke. We filmed something where we're explaining the different types of leather.
Okay.
So we've done that, and I think we've spoken about how to clean, sort of new leather. And later on in the afternoon, I think we're going to film a few more where we're going to look at some sort of specific types of repair,
Yeah.
which is probably not so easy to do for a DIY person at home. But we're still going to show it, at least something for people to
Show
see.
the possibilities, the
Yeah.
things that
Yeah,
can
yeah,
be done.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's not over, right? It's not over till it's over.
That's
No, no,
right.
no, no.
Now,
Not over till the fat lady sings.
but
right?
this week we don't have a whole heck of a lot going on in terms of housekeeping.
Well, so we are. I'm announcing the Grand Ambassadors today.
That's the biggest thing.
So
I think.
yesterday there was an outage.
Yeah.
a face.
social
Gee, I don't know how
blackout
people
was-
would have noticed. It's
Well,
not like
that
people
was
live their
that was
lives.
well,
on
no, we did that on
social
purpose.
media.
So, in case you're wondering, what the why you couldn't maybe reach your loved ones via Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, that was because of us. We needed to black it all out
Yeah.
because Anthony was still getting everything ready for announcing the Grand Ambassadors.
Yes.
We wanted to make
Wow.
sure everybody was hungry for it.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
wanted to
you got to
take the
sometimes you got to
bandwidth
take it away.
Yeah.
It's like a dog with a bone. So when you got to take it away, get
So
you a
it
little
tastes that
hungry.
much sweeter.
Yeah, it tastes that much
Incentive
sweeter when you get it
structure,
back.
okay.
I don't know if that's how
I
that
thought it's
works.
just because we didn't renew Excel.
That too.
Yeah.
That is a subscription-based program that sometimes
I don't know how
we
those
forget
things
to
are
pay
tied together,
every
but
month.
apparently they are.
Yeah.
Well, so I will say though that yesterday's outage, I wasn't able to announce yesterday like I had planned. Right? I'm still making calls this week on letting everybody know who got accepted. But today I'll be posting up the 10 finalists for Q4
Quarter four.
Wow.
for our Grand Ambassador program, which is crazy because I feel like now looking back, I'm like, man, did this year go by that fast? I'm like, I don't think it went by that fast, but
It went by
But it
pretty
has
fast.
gone by.
It's gone by
Doesn't
pretty
it?
fast.
It went
we're
by
here.
significantly faster in 2020, I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't remember that year at all. And,
What year? I forgot that
So
year.
so I'll be announcing that today. I've already had some great calls with the people who have been selected, and it's been awesome. And so I'm really looking forward to this final quarter. And so we'll be announcing that, and then from there, I think we do have some sales coming up here that we're getting excited for. We're kind of getting ramped up. We're trying to finalize the last bit of what's in the packages and what we're
Right.
currently doing. And I don't know anything else other than that. I mean, do we have any special videos? Yesterday we shot a video
Yeah,
on
we've got
a black ridgeline
We
Uno
did shoot a
Protect
video.
and Beadmaker combination.
Weird.
Soft black
Best
paint.
best combo.
Very soft. What my favorite thing was is after I finished, we parked it outside where we have guys. You have no idea how much construction we have
Next to
going
an
on.
active construction
So
site.
they started the
They
construction
are
team
dumping
started
dirt like 5 feet away from our cars.
and a garage door.
Yeah, in a garage door.
And so we open the door to pull out the car, and it's literally a pile of dirt in front of our garage door. And we're like, "Why is this here?" And they're like, "Oh, sorry. Let's just get our brooms and we'll sweep that over to
It's like
this
a
side
dust
of the parking
storm
lot."
every
Well,
As
afternoon.
soon as they do that, it's just in the air.
My
and you
favorite part
pull
is
it out
they
and
all
set
have
it
these
down.
industrial like gas blowers and they're going around blowing all this dirt in the air, and I'm like, oh, so for reference, guys, into our parking lot.
We'll make a little
they
video
have-
and we'll
we have
post
to
it on the
show
Rag
'em.
Company podcast.
They built up a dirt
discussion group.
mound to be able to get into our parking lot. There is one way in and out of our parking lot here at the Rag Company, and it's all
We
via
used to
a
have two
dirt
ways.
mound.
Haven't
and they
been
got
able
rid
to
of one of
drive the
them.
lowered car to work for a hot minute
Yeah,
because
so
of that.
so I haven't been driving the Civic. I've been driving the Ram. Dane has been
Yeah.
driving the Jag. Levi's been behind the Hyundai Elantra.
Yeah, I had you in
Yeah.
it the other day, and we were ready. It literally looks like
We're
when you're
gonna
getting ready to
jump.
pull out that you're going to jump that
Jump State
ramp.
Street,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're going to jump into State
We'll
Street. or
post
jump
it in the
over State
podcast
Street.
discussion group on Facebook. You guys will see.
So it's been difficult because, guys, there is a ton of construction going on around here, and being a detailing company and being people that are really particular about our paint on our cars, it's a nightmare, right? And we've been thinking, oh, we want to get some cool cars in. Can we get a Lambo to come in to maybe shoot some
Can't
stuff?
come in.
Who would, in their right mind, drive over this giant?
It-
Only if
It's
it's
time
in
to
a
come in.
trailer,
So
basically.
they literally they didn't cut the ground and then
No.
put a pipe
No.
in or something and build up a little dirt mound. They put a pipe on top of the road and then just covered it with dirt.
Yeah.
It's
to
literally
drive
like,
on.
like a whoop at a BMX
Oh,
park.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could be taking it on our. I could bring my bike. We could take some jumps. But the
They're
other
pretty
day,
sweet until you wind up 5 feet later in
But
the
then
middle
they-
of active
yeah.
traffic.
But then they shortened it. They narrowed our entrance too.
Yeah.
So they
No,
took away
yeah.
our second entrance. They narrowed this entrance, put a jump on it.
Yeah.
And the other day, John and I were driving back in my car, and a guy was pulling out with a semi
Oh,
with a
love
full
that.
load of dirt, and he had taken up the entire intersection. So me and the car in front of me literally had to pull over on State Street
Yep.
to wait for him to leave so that we could then pull in so
Yeah.
that we wouldn't get hit on the road.
The alternative
And I was
is
like, this is
driving
gonna-
into
there's gonna be-
opposing traffic to try and sneak around it, which is
Yeah.
horribly
Oh,
illegal.
yeah.
But I've seen people do it.
Oh, it's bad. So-
Dude, it's bad. It sucks. It
yeah.
sucks. It sucks coming in and out of work every day.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
say it's made it very hard. But I finished this ridge line yesterday.
you did. Very nice.
Black soft paint. We pulled it out to get some after shots, right? But it took about 30, 40 minutes to go get the camera gear and everything set up.
Yeah.
And in that time, there was leaf blowers blowing dirt. There was 3 semi trucks with dirt in them, and then there was a trailer with conduit holding it up above the cars as it was driving over.
Yeah.
Guys, they are literally coming around an entrance with like a forklift style thing with giant piping, right? driving over the car. So they have it
Yeah, they have it lifted above all of
they
our
have it lifted
cars as
above
they're
the
trying to get
cars.
through.
So the piping is just clearing our cars by several feet. I'm like, this is nuts. Like, this sucks. And
it's traffic.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
no, buddy.
Yeah, right? No, our sex freak was here. He got to see it.
Yeah.
Well, glad you got to experience that firsthand.
Yeah.
You saw it though.
No,
it's worse
but
now.
it's worse now.
It's way
so
worse.
It's worse now. So they built it up more. They built it up way worse.
Because it was
and so-
deteriorating.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
moderate when they went over it, but now
it's a really bad whoop now. And so anyway, basically, the car got covered in dirt and covered in dust, and so I had to wipe everything down again. And it just sucked because I was really excited for my neighbor to see it because we did it for a video.
Did you?
And
Did you wipe it down? Did you?
I did wipe it down. Yeah, I did.
Ram
because
says
you
it
left
didn't
him
look
under
like
the
it.
impression that you were a professional.
I'm not
at what you do.
did you?
I
Really?
did after you guys had left. I
You
wiped
left
it down.
before us. You went home before
Or did you
us.
just
We
tell
were all
him you
standing
wiped
there
it down? I think
watching.
that's what
Yeah,
you did,
it
right?
looked fine. It looked
We all
he-
watched
hey,
you.
Hey, he watches these videos. You can't.
Oh,
you
sorry.
can't
All right, sorry. Didn't mean to.
Listen, Drew, if you see this, your car looks great.
It did look good. It did look really
It will.
good.
As
It was
soon
just
as
a
you give
bummer.
it another
Yeah,
rinse,
true.
it'll
Hey,
look
good news was
fantastic.
he had to drive it back home, so all that dust just flew right off.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's
Wind.
pretty much it for housekeeping. So I guess let's go ahead and jump into weekends. And I would like to start out with Great Dane.
Oh, you wanna start
Because
with me?
the reason why is because you're no longer trapped in a crystal ball, and I'm wanting
Right.
to know what kind of magic you did to get out of there.
Well, first of all, that's classified. But second of all, I did have kind of a rough week last week. I was surprised because it's been a little off and on the last few weeks where it's like, oh, close call, you were around somebody who had it, and it's like, okay, get tested and don't want to come into work and like subject anybody to that, of course. But then last week, I actually did feel really sick. Like it was not good, not fun, and obviously I was there for the podcast last week, but it was like pretty much the day after that I started feeling weird. I had
Yeah, that
this
morning you
huge
woke
headache.
up and you were like, man, I don't feel good, guys. I'm staying home.
And I was just kind of like, not nodding off, but just like, oh, head feels heavy. And then suddenly started to get chills near the end of the day. I'm like, oh, no, you're kidding me. So, of course, then it's like, okay, it's like a little mini time bomb. You don't want to set it off around other people. So you're just like, okay, I have to separate myself from everybody else so we don't create like a dominoes effect. Because around here, one person gets it, the
love
whole thing
Domino's
falls
pizza.
apart. You don't want to do that.
It's delicious.
So, yeah, I basically just said, okay, I'm going to go home after today. I'm going to stay there until I find out what's going on and see if this is just a fluke. Maybe I just didn't eat soon enough today and I just feel weird, whatever, which isn't very common for me because I go plenty of days where I don't eat till the end of the day, which, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Unless
But-
it's Domino's Pizza, avoid the Noid and pick up a hot and ready $9 cheese pizza for yourself, or as Gabe loves, the cheeseburger pizza.
I like the two or more for $5.99,
Cheeseburger
Levi.
pizza.
Two or more
That way,
$5.99
I'm able to add that
Domino's.
coupon straight into the app, right?
Great
and I'm able
stuff.
to add multiple items for $5.99.
Siri, download the Domino's app today.
Wow.
So I went home and I had trouble sleeping that night. I got maybe an hour's worth of sleep that night. It was not fun waking up and like just a cold, hot sweat. You don't know what's going on. It's not pleasant. And I thought, oh crap, I think I really got it this time. I think this is finally the one.
Yeah.
I managed to dodge that bullet so many times, and now I was really frustrated. So woke up in the morning, had kind of a headache, like, okay, this isn't so bad. An hour or two later, after having breakfast, this started to just set in again. And it was like waves. It just came and went. Well, after getting tested and finding out on like Saturday, after a few days of this like back and forth, found out I didn't have the big C.
Right,
So
a
I was
little,
like,
little
okay,
negative
well,
test, actually.
tested negative there. So I must have just had a regular flu. But if I did, it went by in the course of a few days. I'm used to like if you get sick with it, maybe it lasts you like a week or something. But in this case, it was a little shorter, but it was more intense. So I don't know exactly what I had, but it was not fun. And when you're, waking up in the middle of the night to crane over a garbage can, nobody likes that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically just throwing out the
Sounds
severe
relaxing.
NyQuil and all that stuff and just, trying to sleep through more of it because it's more fun doing that than it is actually being awake for much of it. Thank you, G. Davis, for that wonderful... G. Davis. Dane's vibrating Scandinavian bed has fixed vapor rub attachment.
Oh, G.
It's an
Davis.
attachment. Okay, wonderful. So, yeah, basically my week last week was spent being borderline, headache to full-scale miserable. But in between those times, I was able to contribute to the Q&A
Yeah.
as a crystal ball. You had part of my soul trapped in there.
Well, that was
It
nice.
contributed.
You know, you had called me and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, got that crystal ball on your desk?" And I said, "I do, Dane. Actually, I still." And you were like, "Watch this." And all of a sudden, you were you were in.
Transferred like a little bit of effervescence into the ball,
Dane
and
Hennon,
it started to
pure
swirl.
ball of energy.
And, yeah.
It was weird. The
Yeah.
swirling white.
It was scary.
I mean, I
Serum.
think that's just like super hot liquefied Vicks Vapor Rub is what
possibly,
that is. Yeah.
possibly.
Your seed, yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Moving on.
Anyway,
But-
I think somebody just poured a bunch of
So,
lotion in there or something.
Dane, I
anyway.
was going to say, speaking of Scandinavian beds,
Oh no. Where's this going?
your favorite furniture store
Oh yeah.
opened up a outlet
I saw that.
in the old Shopko,
Mm-hmm.
Wait, which
So-
old Shopko?
The
one on Broadway.
Broadway.
That place still exists over
Yes,
there?
last year it was
Building?
a spirit of Halloween. This
It
year it's a
was.
Scandinavian
Scandinavian
outlet.
design got smart and realized, you know what? There's a lot of people who come into our store who like our stuff, but may not want to
They-
wait months to
Yeah.
get, a couch or a piece of art or,
A plant.
credenza or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to pick something up today.
Yeah.
So they realize there's that Shopko down the street. That place is toast.
Yeah.
So
Literally
maybe
walking
we,
distance, and while you walk by, grab yourself a Jackson's really big drink.
Wow.
Fountain
Now-
drink, 89 cents, and a free banana with every fountain drink purchase.
To my business mind, I look at that more as they took an opportunity to have extra warehouse space.
I think they did.
because
Yeah.
literally the entire Shopko is split in half, front to back.
Yeah.
So the back half, you can't access it. I went in there on Sunday
Oh,
to
you did?
check
You
it out.
went
I
you
did.
went to the
I went in there.
Scandinavian Design
You didn't
outlet.
even know, but I
Yeah.
actually went in there on Sunday. I was like, I'm going to check this place out.
Yeah.
And sure enough, yes, the front of house, like probably the front 40% of the building
Yeah.
is all like kind of you go into these places where it's like open box and you have the stuff out, but then they have boxes of like build it yourself next to these displays.
mhm.
It's like, okay, they had cool stuff in there. Like it's just overflow from their
They
other
have-
store.
they
But the
have
back half,
cheaper prices, or
the prices were a little bit cheaper.
Still
I would say
$5,000
if
for
something
a side table.
if something was like $800 over there, it's like $500 now.
Oh,
so
$300.
there
That's a
are
good deal.
discounts, but it's not cheap. So
Build it yourself.
there's
Save
differences.
some money.
I even saw like a similar one to the couch I bought, and it was marked down like maybe $700, $800.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Could you sign up for a Scandinavian wholesale account?
I don't know, maybe.
You know, depending on
How many
much you're-
beds do you want to buy?
I mean,
How many
depends
beds do you want to buy?
Depends on what you're furnishing.
Yeah,
right.
right. You know,
That's
Well,
the thing. Buy more,
yeah.
save
that's right.
less.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Trollin86 there.
G. Davis says he
so-
won't buy a fountain drink unless a free banana is included. So
Oh, I see. Okay,
one of the perks
well,
of coming to Boise and shopping
So
at Jackson's.
that is something that
So
Jackson's
I
does.
am always a little I'm not off put, but I'm always surprised when they say, "Do you want your free banana?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look over the bananas, and sometimes they look really good, and sometimes
You're
They don't look
immediately
very good.
suspicious
And
as
some
to
of them
why.
don't
it's
look
What's with the
very
free
good.
banana?
And what's that?
What's with the free banana?
It's just a perk to buy. You buy a soda, do something healthy for yourself, and eat a banana.
Yeah.
They basically
Oh.
get a
But
really good
it's-
deal on a lot of bananas, and then they make a point to like pass them out.
It's
as
if you
fast
buy
as
a
they
coffee
can.
or a soda in the morning, they'll
Yeah.
give you a banana for
Dude, I
free.
would die.
because it's like here's a
I
healthy
would
breakfast.
die laughing if somebody bought like the largest drink possible, right? And they go to put it up, right? And they say, "Would you like your free banana?" Sure, right? And you take it, peel it, and then put it in, put it in the soda.
Oh my god!
banana right
Hey!
there.
Put it in this, you put it in
Oh,
the
thank
soda,
you.
and then put the lid back on with a straw in it. And then they'll be like, "Oh no, sir, no."
Oh,
Not
today.
in the not
Adds
in
a
the
little
drink.
flavor to it.
I'm a big
Oh.
fan of
Oh
banana
my.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
The new
Yes.
flavor from our
You
friends.
don't get a free banana with Colourlock products, so let's just leave that on the
Okay.
side, right?
So
So that was
Excuse me.
your weekend was just trying to get healthy and extract yourself from the crystal ball.
yes, once I had successfully extracted the remnants of myself from the crystal ball, I was okay. Things had improved somewhat, but I think maybe splitting off a little bit of my psyche and a little bit of my
Kinda like a
non-physical
Horcrux.
being may have cost me a little bit in
Yeah.
the recovery
Mhm.
department. So
Well, it's like a Horcrux.
something
You know,
something to think
leave a
about
piece of yourself
for
behind
future
for the future.
endeavors.
Are you reading that as well?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Dane rolling around. Can you pick up some more milk? We need more afterwards. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, this
We're
whole
gonna have
thing
to
is a
take the crystal
nightmare.
ball to the
All right.
to the prison when we go.
So basically, my weekend was spent just trying to get better. But during that time, of course, there's a lot of downtime where I was doing some work on the back end on the website to make sure that we got out, like YouTube videos and stuff. Like I hope people checked out that wonderful travel vlog we had that Glenn edited. Great job there. And then we also had a video where you were working on Jimmy's 240 dash, which was cool. I think a lot of people would be interested in it. And hey, guess what? They're using Colourlock products. So something to look at there.
And it was using that restoration, the leather steering wheel restoration kit and the leather refresh kit.
And it
So
worked.
using both those kits,
It looked great.
You could basically fix
That dash
just about
came up
anything.
really good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
When you see what it looks like before, you're going, I don't know if this is, how good could it really be? And then you see the end result and you're like, wow. If I saw that and you didn't tell me anything, I would think, oh, that's just a really
it
well
looked
kept dash.
really good when we were done with it.
So
I was
that-
even impressed with it.
that's a
So was
plus.
Jimmy. Jimmy was like, I think I got a new business model.
He's
gonna
like, I'm
start
gonna find
flipping. He's going to start flipping
all these suckers with 240s.
240s dashes because he said that the hard part is for a nice dash, they're about $450, $500 on
Everything
eBay.
is drift tax.
On eBay.
Everything.
Yeah, and so he found this one. He picked this one up off eBay for like $150 and was like, well, I'll figure out a way to re-dye it. And so he started thinking, he's like, I can buy these 2 kits for myself.
Yeah.
Buy a couple more of these dashboards, recolor them, put them back up, sell them for $400, $500.
And here I'd kind of been hoping when it came to S chassis that because there's so many people out there who gut them, right, like turn them into drift missiles and all that, that you would see a surplus of dashboards, but you really don't. Like people actually want to have a nice dash to put in these things, despite all of the wall banging they're doing. So that's interesting. But apart from that, I also started watching Squid Game, which, of course, if you've heard anybody mention those words, they all start. Somebody rolls their eyes because they can't stop hearing about it from other people. But I would say there's
I
good
hear it
reason
from
for
my
that.
children. Augie is one of the biggest fans of Squid Game.
I would not recommend it
is
for
so
children
excited.
at all.
It's a children's
for
show.
every
It
episode.
involves children's activities, but
He's so excited.
It's-
He thinks it's just the greatest. He loves watching people compete.
In
He
games of
feels
chance
in
and
games
skill.
of chance and skill.
Games of
He is a child of Fortuna. Oh, Lady Fortuna.
boy.
He is a servant of hers. So much so that he's also started doing these miniature Squid Games at the house, where he got the spin the wheel, right? We got it at IKEA. We call it Lady Fortuna.
ties in
And
nicely with all the Halloween
He
decorations.
loves spinning it, and it's got different prizes, as he calls it, and what he refers to solely as disappointments.
Okay.
On there. So he loves to feel the game of chance. So some mornings when I wake up, he's out there, he's eating his bowl of cereal. He's like, "Dad, do you want to play the game?" And I say, I'm just making coffee, bud. I don't really need to play that right now. And he's like, we can just spin. I've got decapitation. I've got win a free banana. I've got pet Watson, the dog. Play with Sherlock. Play with Sassy, our other cat. Fall off a cliff. 5, get your hand smashed with one of my blacksmithing hammers. 7, watch me stab the couch. Number 8 is give Mom a hug. Number 9, give Hadley a hug. And number 10 is usually pay me $100. And I go, none of those things really feel like I'm going to win something. He goes, but that's the fun part about it.
And if you
never
pay
know.
attention to the social commentary of the show, there's a lot of lessons to be had there. And I, for one, really, really, really like what it does with its storytelling. I found it just totally fascinating. But my problem is I have a hard time usually getting engrossed in a story because I'm spending too much time looking at okay, how'd they shoot that? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, looking for the visual motifs and stuff. But I found this one, despite a first episode where you may feel it's a little slower, it's kind of world building, it's kind of atmospheric, and you're getting a sense of what's going on. Every episode from basically the last third of the first episode onward, you're just edge of your seat, can't stop. So it's a thrill ride and horribly devastating, but
But a fun
great,
kids show,
great
right? That's what it's all
storytelling.
about.
The character building is so good, considering you don't get to spend a lot of time with a lot of the characters. It's just really well done. So, while I don't want to spoil anything, I just want to say, if you can tolerate some like violence in a show and stuff, it is so good. Anthony obviously just couldn't wait to talk to me because I just finished it last night. He couldn't wait to talk to me about stuff.
Yeah,
and I might have to go and rewatch some of it. So,
and I told him I wasn't planning on watching it,
and it's
I just
okay.
argued with them both on it.
That's okay, but I'll tell you right now, like you would probably actually really like it.
Oh, I'm sure I would. It's just the fact.
The
that
problem
my
is you have kids around who
my
definitely
children
definitely
will see
should.
that it is on the watch list.
The messed up
regardless
part.
if it's on the
Here's
adult
the messed up
profile
part.
or the child profile.
The messed up part is, if not for the obvious things where you go, hey, there's definitely lessons even kids could take away from it.
Yeah, and my
but I
children
would
aren't
not
gonna be watching
recommend
that,
it for
Dane.
children. I'm just saying there are lessons in there that are extremely valuable.
I think it's
So,
TVMA.
Make
so
make
not
of that
really all
what you
that
will,
great,
but don't show it to your kids.
no, but
Anthony.
it's, so that is though. My kids, that's all they've been talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think we could watch Squid Games? And Carly and I are like, that is not a children's show.
Yeah.
And they're like, but it looks like Extreme Bake Off. And I'm like, no, guys,
Oh,
it's
no.
not. People are competing for their lives. Like, and it's more of a scary kind of thriller kind of show, guys. It's not a show like what you think it is. And they're like,
No,
but it says people compete for prizes. I'm like,
The games have
why
changed.
are
I'm
you
gonna
watching
check
it?
out.
Like,
even
go
if you're
look
under
at
the
that.
impression that like, oh, I've seen Running Man,
Yeah.
and, oh, it's Hunger Games, whatever, all these different things.
Death Race
It's
2000, my
Death
favorite.
Race, of course, I remember Death Race
Old
2000.
Sylvester Stallone
Had that on
hanging
VHS
out,
back in the day. Yeah, that was
driving
something.
around with the bullhorns.
I
on the
love
front
that
of his
Corvette
car.
that looked like a lizard
Yeah.
or a dragon or whatever. Yeah, cool stuff. Anyway, if you think, it's just another one of those things, no, I promise you, it's different enough that you will take something new and fresh away from it, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. Like, just really good storytelling. I can't emphasize that enough.
All right,
It's so
all
good.
right.
So, yeah, that's my review on that. But, yeah, just so you know.
Okay.
Anyway, apart from that, I also did a little teensy bit of car shopping, just a little looking around, because as you know, I put that deposit on the Rivian, which is my long-term thing. Like, want to do that.
Yeah, when
that's
the
a
truck,
long-term
because you're
thing.
going to sell the truck for
When
it.
the big truck goes away,
You're going to use that money to buy another. You're going to buy the Rivian.
new truck shows up there. That's the goal. However, there's a big waiting because
Right.
well, they're
Yeah.
a
So
startup.
did you contact
and they
that
got a
lady
lot of
that I
production
sent
to
you
do.
the link for?
What's that?
Did you contact the lady for the vehicle that I sent you for? They had lowered the price by $1,000 on the listing on Facebook.
Wait,
It
which
was
one
a-
did
it
you
was a
send me?
lifted.
It was a lifted. It was
Oh,
it was
that- oh my
It was
gosh.
an F.
Oh,
it was an
gosh.
F350 chassis.
He wanted
with a
me
big
to
block,
have
with a big block 460.
what could only be dubbed
37s.
Jagnarok.
The 37s, and it had a Jaguar XJ body up on top of
The
it.
thing is, so didn't Jeremy Clarkson lift a vehicle such as that?
Yeah, he had a Mercedes SL that he
So
lifted.
Dane, why wouldn't you want
I
something?
told
like
Dane
that?
this
the
gives
Jaguar
him
version.
this is a Jag enthusiast's dream. It's a great replacement for the F350 because it's another F350.
It's a black 80s XJ Saloon 4-door sedan on an F250 chassis that I can only imagine is probably from the 80s as well.
correct. Yeah, with
And
a
it was
460.
used in some TV show I've never heard of, and it was apparently the big bad guy's car or something.
Yeah, big bad Dane.
Yeah, so that would have been very interesting and a lot of stories
Dane's
to
only
tell.
complaint was that it didn't have a back seat.
It
And
literally,
I
it was
said-
just straight gutted. It looked like a
It
fuel
was
cell
no, it
back
was
there.
gutted, and they put some gorgeous black wood.
Black
They
wood.
painted
It
some
looked like
black
just
wood
metal
back there
panels flat.
to make it look like it was a nice platform to
OSB.
put.
I had
items
a
in.
gutted
and I thought-
race style interior.
But I thought, great for Callie.
Yeah, you're
When
like, you
she's
can
got
throw
her
the
greasy
dog bed down there.
bones. He
Yeah.
can just put her back there. She's not damaging the leather. She can eat her big greasy bone back there.
Don't get me wrong.
Perfect for
the
his dog.
comedic value, the comedic potential was off the charts. The problem is they were asking a lot for what they were offering.
Not much, $7,500. It
That's a
lowered the
lot.
price
When
by
you see it, you
$1,000.
go, yeah, I wouldn't
Or
pay
best
over
offer.
3 or 4 for
Dane,
that.
you could have gotten 5 like you said you wanted. It had a tilt front. The whole front end tilted up.
It
so you
did have a
could get access to the
clamshell
motor.
hood, but not just a normal Jag hood that goes out literally the entire, like a clamshell, the front grille, everything, the wheel wells, all
Yeah,
of
like
it
a
folded
monster
forward.
truck. It was rad.
It was very much.
I was just thinking about all the stuff our
of
friends
that
could do.
ilk.
We could get some Corbo buckets in there.
Ooh.
We could get some Mambas on that bad boy.
Ooh.
Get some Nito Terra grapplers or some Maxxis Razor MTs on there. We
Gosh.
could have tinted it at the Anthony and
So,
Levi tint shop.
Yeah.
The
We could have
point-
wrapped it to match the other Jag. Dane could have wrapped it to match. So he'd
Oh.
have 2 Jags in his driveway, identical.
How much was it on for?
Literally,
It was
no one could
going
see.
for like 7,500.
7,500. We're best offer.
But honestly, it didn't
He
look
needs
like
something to hold
it
him over
looked
until
like
his
some-
Rivian shows up.
Some guy
Why
who
not
works in
that?
a scrapyard. It looked like his backyard project. That's what it looked like.
I'm gonna
it
try and
was
see if that
rough.
listing's still available. I'm gonna post some pictures and I'll put it. On
I
the
know
Rag
everybody's
Company
gonna look
podcast
and say,
discussion
"Dane,
group.
it's so cool. You should get
Everybody's gonna agree with me.
I would have a hell of a time trying to sell that again when it came time. That's
No,
all I'm saying.
You don't need to sell.
Whereas
Never sell.
my approach is a little different. The whole point of all this is with probably a year before I'm ever gonna hear
Right.
about, okay, we're ready to set up your financing on your Rivian. How would you like to do that? It's probably gonna be 6 months to a year before I hear those words.
Right.
Because they got a lot of trucks to produce before mine comes up in line
Yeah.
because I placed my order last month.
Right.
So they've got a long
Yeah.
way to go. So I probably won't hear about it until mid-late
And
2022.
you think about the toilet.
So I
toilet
need to
runs,
have a more
the
practical
carrying the
vehicle.
dog. Right. You need to be able to go
Okay,
to
I
Home
think we
Depot,
need to
pick
move
up.
Yes,
on
so
from this
I'm trying to
conversation.
move this along.
Sorry.
I need a more practical
Sorry.
vehicle. I know we're having fun. A more practical vehicle. We got a lot of people here that I can do something with. So I thought, hey, JDM right-hand drive van. That would be fun. And I know there's a large community of van life enthusiasts and other people who'd be more than happy to
Kind
take
of
it
an
off my hands.
inappropriate
when-
time for the van life.
Just
Yeah,
because
it's
you
true.
get
That's
sucked
true.
into Inside Edition,
Yeah,
National
I
News
just
Story,
think
Missing Person, whatever
This
stuff.
is just read the room, Dane.
My news.
The
feed,
room looks
that's all they're
spooky. I
talking
think
about.
I'm on brand. So, anyway, sorry about that.
Yikes.
So, I'm looking at possibly like a Town Ace or a High Ace, something like that. Thought that'd be fun. Just a little mid-engine van,
Yeah.
4-wheel drive, something kind of fun and cool.
Curtains?
Curtains included in whichever
Right.
one I end up picking. Probably, it's a
Yeah.
camper's dream.
It is
So-
a camper's dream, and I think it would be a ton of fun because.
and it's on brand for me.
Well,
I want weird, I want quirky, I
so
want offbeat.
JDM, or you think, but
Sounds
not
like a
Mitsubishi,
Jaguar.
right? You're
The Mitsubishi would also be. People love the Mitsubishi
Leicas?
Delica because it's
Yeah.
basically a Montero underneath in terms of the 4-wheel drive
We all
drivetrain.
know what happened.
And
with
we all know what
Montero.
happens when I get a Montero. So I'm, as much as I want to, we're probably gonna.
So
just
Dane, I
sidestep
would love
that.
to do that, and if we wanted to do a hashtag Dane van build, right? Not anything that would be inducive of somebody going missing, but
Right,
I'm
that kind of
thinking
van,
more
yeah.
like how do you stay in the van happily, right?
Hmm.
And I think that we do some TVs in there, right?
Oh, okay.
Gaming system.
Okay.
right? You have your curtains in there, mid-century modern,
Oh,
central,
run with some
central
decor,
courtyard.
okay.
Yeah, central
I am-
courtyard in the van.
A
I'm gonna
hole
have you
in the
know-
middle of
Hole in the
the
middle
room
with a
I will.
tube.
with a tree.
Yeah.
being
I will.
grown
I will
out.
have you know that basically all of these JDM vans are virtually gutless. Like they have no power to speak of. So it'll be a real adventure going from a right-hand drive car with 80 horsepower that weighs more than my Jag to my Jag with 650 horsepower. It's going to be a bit of a
Well,
leap each
Dane,
day.
what I'm thinking, live plants in your new JDM van,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And
Okay.
so we water those, right? And what it does is it creates oxygen, right? Lowers
Very
the dust
thoughtful.
amount,
Smells
right?
great.
It smells great.
My
inside
interior's
there
going to
as
be
well.
fogged up all the time.
You possibly. It'll probably be a little damp, a little
A little
moldy, a
damp,
little mildewy,
but like it's
be
gonna be
great.
great in there. Humidity helps with the skin.
Sorry, you couldn't hear Nick
Nick
saying,
came-
let's be honest, it's going to be that way anyway. Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility. So if
Yeah.
you see me suddenly with a very strange vehicle that I start doing things with, that's
How would
why.
you acquire one? You'd have to go get it.
There are places that import them, so that's an option. There's a place in Portland that does a good job and
Or do you
actually
have to
like
dr- You
refurbs
have to
them.
drive there to Portland to go get it.
There's
or
the
would you have
option
it
to fly there and
delivered?
drive it back. Or I discovered locally there's a girl who has a Town Ace for sale, and it's actually half the price of the ones that are over there in Portland. The catch, of course, is because it's a local one, beggars can't be choosers. The option to get it is great, but it's not as highly spec'd as the
Okay.
ones I'm looking at over in Portland.
Could
and
you
stuff.
potentially spec it out with the money you'd be saving?
I could do other things to it, but luckily it is 4-wheel drive and it has a gas engine rather than a diesel, so it'll be easy to find, the right fuel for it and stuff. But it'll be better on the highway in some cases, but not necessarily good for low speed like rock crawling and stuff. So I could do some off-roady stuff with you, but I wouldn't expect to challenge any hills. Thank you, G. Davis. Oh, boy. Okay, that's wonderful. So I'm just putting that out there as a possibility. But the reason I was saying that was the ones in Portland have like big sunroofs and stuff, and this one doesn't have any of that. It's a high roof, but it's not like, dressed up.
All right.
Yeah.
But she has it and it's half the price, and I'm going to go look at it tonight,
Okay, very
actually.
nice.
So
In
I'm
Portland.
going to see
Flying to
what that's
Portland
about.
tonight?
Nice.
So I'll try it out.
You're flying to Portland tonight?
No, I'm just
Oh.
going to drive. She lives in Meridian,
Who
apparently,
makes the
so it'll be
town
really
ace?
Oh,
easy.
in Meridian. Oh, in
Yeah.
town.
Dane,
Oh,
Dane,
okay.
who makes the Town Ace?
What's that?
Who makes the Town Ace?
Toyota.
Toyota? Oh, okay.
So it's a Toyota and a 2-liter 4-cylinder gas engine.
Well, and
Whereas a
when-
high ace would use like a diesel, but it's not a turbo diesel. It's like a 3-liter diesel, like
Wow.
a 2.8-liter non-turbo
Dane,
diesel.
once we throw that 2J in there,
Okay.
That'll be a good time right there.
Remember, it has to fit under the passenger seat up front. So
Oh, yeah.
make it
that's
fit,
exciting.
right?
See.
Levi's good with an angle grinder.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I can cut something. I can cut some holes and things.
So
Yeah.
I feel I probably overstayed my welcome conversational here, but I just wanted to throw that out there and give people a taste of what might be coming in the future. We'll see how it pans out. But in the meantime, I would like to throw it over to Ram, or actually, you know what? Your story is probably the most interesting. I may want to save Ram for last so we can talk
Okay,
about his
yeah,
journey. Let's talk about you guys.
Oh, thanks.
So Levi,
So-
why don't you take it away?
Well, my weekend was pretty light, pretty simple. So this week we're going to be headed down to Utah Thursday, Friday, Saturday. My niece is getting married, so we're going to go down and go to the wedding for that. So this weekend I just tried to finish up just whatever we needed to do. We've got to get clothes for the kids for the wedding because Hadley's the flower girl, Augie's the ring bearer.
Oh.
We had to remind August that he can't bring any weaponry, knives, hammers, things like that. So
Important.
He was very excited though. He got his suspenders, and he was like, "I don't know if you know this, but I can actually fit one of my hammers right here."
You're like,
Oh.
yes, but
You're
don't.
Right, that is a great thing, but I don't want
Cool,
you doing
but
that.
don't.
Yeah, he was happy because he could fit it in his pants, and it would still hold his pants up. The suspenders.
That is
So,
what they're for.
But yeah, so we did a lot of that.
Probably.
Running around, shopping, trying to get the kids ready. Carly has been doing that like crazy. And then a lot of it is just hanging out. My wife has been, she had a procedure, so she's been recovering from that. And then I had one car. So I had a customer call me and say, hey, bringing it in this weekend. He was scheduled for it. And Thursday night, he basically said, hey, I'm going to bring it in, but I only want to do the exterior this time. And originally I had him down for a full. So problem with that is it's half price basically. Quite possibly, yeah. So the I was a little bummed because I was kind of looking at that, getting that money.
Oh.
And to have like now basically half the price, half the detail
Okay.
kind of deal, I was like, yeah, man, all right. So he dropped it off though. He was late, didn't drop it off till almost 2 in the afternoon on Saturday. So I was already getting a little frustrated with it. But good news was, did a quick wash, did a quick polish. Truck was super clean, not a big deal. Just Uno Protect, bead maker, done. Picked it up Saturday or Sunday. And then Augie and I went across the street to our neighbors. They were having they had a yard sale.
Okay.
Went across the street. Augie found himself a piece of chain with a hook on the end.
What is it about his ability to quickly locate a weapon anywhere he goes?
Called being a 7-year-old boy. So he found it and he goes, "What's this?"
terrifying.
He goes,
Is this new?
I'm just
or,
having throwbacks to Road Rash
not him to be
64.
This is this year he's been highly destructive.
Wow.
So he found this piece of chain and he basically goes, "So how much you want for this?" To the guy. And the guy goes, "Well, Augie, 25 cents." And Augie runs to the house, grabs a quarter, comes back, gives him a quarter for it.
You drive a
He's
hard
like-
bargain, sir.
Yeah. And Augie takes it and goes, "Check it out." Puts it around as a belt, hooks it on to himself, and walks out and goes, "What do you think of this?" And then shows Hadley and my wife. And my wife's like, "Why did you let him buy that?" I said, It's the only thing he found over there that he wanted. He pulls that chain off, starts whipping it in the house.
Just some
Carly's
Yeehaw
like,
lasso action.
No. And the chain's only, I mean, it's this long. It's not that much.
It doesn't have to be that long
but
to do some real damage.
It's got a tow hook on the end.
Yeah.
And so he's swinging it around, and Carly goes, you don't swing that in the house. You don't swing it ever. And he's like, sorry. Whips it back around on his belt, walks outside, shows the neighbor girl, check out my new belt. It's about 25 cents next door. And she goes, that's cool. He takes it off and goes, look what else I can do. Pulls it out, whips it out,
Oh,
Yeah.
spins it around, catches it on their basketball hook, on their
Oh,
basketball hoop.
Yeah.
Is it like
Wow.
a carabiner style?
No, it is an
tow
actual
hook connector.
It is a
or it's
tow
just a
hook.
straight hook.
Just a straight hook.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he then takes it, hooks it onto the basketball hoop, runs back in the house, and I'm still. This all happened in a matter of less than 7 minutes from the time he purchased it to he got it stuck on the basketball hoop.
Chaos. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like, and the neighbor guy's still holding his quarter, laughing, watching Augie do all this.
Yeah.
out in the front yard. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's great!" And so
Oh, he's loving
Augie
that.
goes and gets our dining room chair,
It
walks
runs all the way
outside,
Oh.
carries it, goes out there, hops back up, pulls off the basketball hoop, and then I go, "Hey, careful with that!" And he goes, "Yeah." And then puts it down in the driveway, goes and gets his 3-pound hammer, and just starts beating the chain with the hammer. And I'm like, not on the rocks.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because I got these gorgeous sandstone rocks that he loves to smash. The problem is they break because they're
They're
sandstone.
sandstone. That's what they do.
They're expensive.
Did he
keeps
put the
busting
chair
them.
back in the house or did he leave it out?
He left it out there.
Of course
and I
he
said,
did.
go
Yeah.
get the chair. Like, I'm yelling because I'm not going to walk across the street back to the house. So I yell. He goes over, gets the chair, puts it back in the house. He proceeds to just be out there just beating this chain with this rock or with the hammer. And finally he comes to me and goes, can we put this in the forge? And I said, we can. What do you want to do? And he goes,
make
well, I
it
was thinking
sharper.
of, no, he goes, I was thinking maybe we could take this hook and turn it into a knife. And
Oh,
beat it
goodness.
out. I could put it on the grinder. I can grind it out, make it sharp.
He
And I
wants to
said,
go full
I
ninja
don't think
assassin
that's
with
a-
this
that.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
So I'm going to say no. And he goes, why not? I go, because you're going to whip it around and you're going to catch it on yourself.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, God.
possibly a
No,
couch.
no.
You know,
Zombie
things like that.
apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he is,
I
yeah,
don't
he's
doubt
ready
it.
to rock and roll. So, but serious story. Augie and Hadley had their first, like 2 weeks ago, they had their first active shooter drill. Like,
Oh, drill. Okay.
so when I was a kid, we had fire drills.
Yeah.
Now they have active shooter drills where they have to lock down their classrooms.
Yeah.
In the 50s, it was nukes hide under your desk.
No,
you know.
I had these
Yeah.
in California
Yeah.
growing
like,
up since I was in first grade. So don't worry. I'm
familiar.
it just
I never had that. So
Oh, yeah, no,
the
we
fact
were-
that my kids have to do that was very surprising.
We were very well
One,
prepared in California.
to hear that. Two, to hear that Augie was telling us, the teacher said, find something in your desk that could be a makeshift weapon.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
God.
Encourage
so
the kid.
Augie,
yeah.
my 7-year-old, was right up his alley.
Yeah.
He goes, I know what I was planning on doing. I said, what? He goes, I was going to sharpen a pencil. And then I was going to get him in the leg with the pencil. If they broke into our room, I'd stab him in the leg.
That's effective.
And I was like, that's a good spot. And then he goes, yeah.
right
so
for the heel.
the only problem is I need to be able to keep that pencil on me all the time.
Oh.
And I said, well, that's you're going to have to start carrying a pencil. That's going to be his new EDC, right? His everyday carry is a pencil. And I told my wife, I think he'd do better with his hammer. Is there a way we can have him put his hammer in his backpack and keep it in his pouch or his insulin kit or something? And my wife was like, just no. I'm like, I feel like he'd do better with the hammer in that type of situation.
Honey, the school literally assigned
Breaking
him
people's
to bring a
knees,
weapon to
kneecaps,
class.
and
So
yeah, because they can't take they actually can't take knives and things like that to school,
man.
so they have to fashion them out of. they have to
So we're
fashion 'em.
basically just
So I'm
fast
wondering if we
forwarding
can get
the
around
zombie
it
apocalypse
with the
kind of thing.
with the hammer.
Yeah.
So what you
You
do,
know.
right, in one of those desks, right, tilt the desk over, right, legs are sticking out on the side of the desk. Kick down on one of those legs of the desk, right, metal pole right there, right.
That's a good
You
idea.
can create
Yep.
4 metal poles there that are sharp because once that metal bends, it snaps off in
Right.
a sharp
Mhm.
angle, right. one slash of that is going to do some serious damage.
It's a good idea.
So
I'll
what
have
you
to
need
start
do-
testing that with him. We'll have
You
to
need to start training.
Yeah.
Find an old batch of desks that you can find that are maybe giveaways, or
Uh-huh.
maybe they're in
Yeah.
the junkyard, or not the junkyard, but maybe
Yeah.
the dump, right?
Well, I think the school
And
district gives
the
away
school
some of those
district, and to
discs.
say, Augie, we need to start practicing on
Yeah.
your downward kick
Right.
strength to kick off those legs
Flip
off
a
those
desk,
desks.
kick it,
Yep.
arm your pod.
Yeah.
I feel like
Let him
now's
take
the
the
time.
chain. Let him take the chain. I
He
think
could
that's
just take
just
the
a,
chain.
it's a subtle. I mean, he's showing it
Yeah.
off as
Just
a
to
belt
attach
anyway.
things.
So,
Chain
you
and
know.
a beret. He's
So
ready to rock and
what are
roll.
those?
You know?
What are those? The monkey ball, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
Not a monkey paw, a
the
monkey ball.
bikers carry right? Those
Yeah.
big steel balls
Oh,
that hang
man.
from those strings, and
He
you
can
whip
swing.
those.
That's
You,
it.
you
Yeah.
put it in some
There you go.
socks.
But if he hits himself in the head,
He'll
it'll
have
crack
some
his
range.
skull.
So as soon as he
Most likely
spots
what's gonna
someone
happen.
Yeah.
like far away, he can attack them.
All I know is look
You
out for
spot
the
danger
band
for-
kids. Those kids know how to fashion something
Yeah.
out of like a music stand immediately, like that stuff. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You may think band kids, but
Yeah.
they'll turn on you.
It's
They're
something.
fierce.
Something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Look out.
that was my weekend. Basic, a lot of survival training
Yeah.
that no one was really teaching anybody.
Yeah.
Augie was just doing it on his own. So.
Good.
Okay,
But yeah,
well,
pretty
chill
normal.
out.
So that was my weekend.
Remind me never to sneak up on them.
Well, I want Ram to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Ram, what did you do this weekend?
This weekend, I think the last 3 weekends for me have been sort of very, very similar.
Oh,
Yeah. So should I just tell you guys about
Yeah,
the last
let's
3
bring it
weekends?
out.
Should I
Yeah.
do that?
Let's
Okay.
go for it.
So yeah, I left on the 18th after being cooped up at home for about 18 months. First trip abroad. I
Wow.
got my vaccination done, fully vaccinated. So 2-3 weeks after that, we started playing some training. So I came to Atlanta. But yeah, this was the funny bit. I wasn't sure if I would be allowed into the country.
Oh.
So you're ready
Right.
to sneak in.
Yeah, but no. Hey, don't put words in my mouth, man. I wasn't ready to sneak in. I just wasn't sure if I'd be. I was ready to turn around and go back. To be honest, that's what I was.
But that
prepared
was
for.
the worry. You got your visa. They said you can go into the U.S., but
Yeah.
there's the possibility of flying all the way here, getting through immigration, and having them say, "Yeah, sorry, thanks, can't
Yeah,
come in."
because
Turn
the
around, get back on the plane.
CDC's website has a lot of information, but there's nothing stated clearly
Yeah.
where you would be allowed in, you wouldn't be allowed in. So there was that nervousness, and
It's left
I'd already-
open to interpretation.
Well, very much so, yeah. So I was a bit nervous about that because we had trainings planned.
sure.
So yeah, went to Atlanta, did a training, then went to Alabama, did a training, went to Chicago, did a training, and I was quite tired. And then, literally just after the Chicago training, I got booked into a rock concert.
Ooh.
Yeah.
To
Like,
teach them how to
just
do
what
leather
band?
repair. on
Surprise. Well, yeah,
pants
yeah.
and
No, I was
stuff.
showing Slipknot, the leading guys of Slipknot, how to do leather repair.
That would be amazing.
Now that would be fun.
Yeah, and then and
give
also
me
the
your
guys
mask
at Kill
here.
Switch Engage.
Yeah.
Show them how to do a leather
I'm like,
repair.
you're getting really put into all these really hard bands.
So,
and
so I was conscious of the fact that I didn't want to, if was that going to be like a super spreader event, I didn't know. So I just wanted to stay back, but I didn't want to go into the pit basically. I could see a variant of
Yeah,
COVID sort of
yeah.
circling around there in that
like a-
pit. I
like a-
didn't want to
like
go
a-
there.
Looks a little heavy
gas.
over there. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
it's like a-
stand
you're
back
breathing
here.
gas over in that area. I don't know what that is.
So yeah, I did that, and then
What was the concert though? What kind of concert was it?
it was just a rock concert. Well, it was a
Kill
Slipknot
Switch
concert.
Engage
It
and
was
just
a
So it
It
was
literally was Kill Switch Engage and Slipknot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm joking.
Eric,
This is not made up.
Eric from G Technic and Jason Otterness.
Yeah.
They booked me on it.
They took him to the
What?
concert.
Really? Did they do like the Wall of Death, or did they do any like major moshing in there? What would you say?
Well, there was
What do
there
you
was,
think of
there,
the-
there
what
was
do you-
like a couple of other bands as well, which were relatively new.
Yeah.
It was very quiet when they were playing, obviously, and then very quickly when Killswitch Engage started playing, I think it just got busier and busier, and then by the time Slipknot came, it was.
Have you
quite-
listened to that
yeah.
type of music before? Or
I've seen Killswitch live before,
Okay,
yeah,
and
probably
so-
about 14 years ago. But Slipknot's not my thing, probably a little
Okay.
too heavy, but entertaining enough. But me and Eric sort of made the exit quick
okay,
after like listening to about 4 songs.
okay,
Slipknot
alright,
playing,
yeah,
we
good
left
stuff.
that. So yeah, that was Chicago, and then came to Phoenix where it was like extremely hot. The training went really well, but I ended up splashing a lot of purple paint on myself.
You
Not-
tried to- you
not-
tried
I was
to-
just say,
Not-
wait, it's
not
not
my
like you
choice.
went.
Not
It's
my
not like you
choice,
went to
yeah.
go see
It was an
War.
accident,
So.
yeah. not by choice. It was
Yeah.
an accident. So we had that, and then just traveling. So it's good to be traveling. Did
Yeah,
that,
feels
and then
good.
of course any trip to the US would not be complete without me coming here and seeing you guys.
You know
right.
you're always
That's right.
welcome here, so
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
That's
We,
where I've
we
ended
appreciate you
up.
dropping by.
Very good.
So it's been 3 weeks, and time's flown by. But I'm equally happy to be here and finish this and head back home to my family again.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Yeah, no.
And it kind of broke up all that time that you've been spending, and you're like, okay, absolutely want to spend time with the family, but it's been over a year now. I could probably at least go
I
on a
do
little
need
trip
to
or
go
something.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my son's so used to me being around that I just hope he recognizes me
Oh,
when I
jeez.
go.
I'll say that
Who's
was
this guy?
when we went to Monterey. That
Yeah.
was the thing. Augie was really heartbroken that I was leaving.
Yeah.
And I was going to be gone for a week, and he was really bummed about it. And Carly was telling him, "Dad used to do this all the time.
Yeah.
Dad used to be gone all the time. You guys never
Yeah.
and it was because the realization
Yeah.
you've been home for 18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you haven't.
But
gone
I think
anywhere.
he's better at adapting to situations than I am. I think because he's very quickly forgotten about me. You know?
Oh.
So I had to buy like a whole bunch of Hot Wheels just so
Yeah.
he remembers,
now
and he's
he's gotta
actually
make it up.
excited for me to come
Yeah.
back now.
Yeah.
You know, because and my wife asked him like, "Are you excited, Daddy's coming back?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm really excited." I was like, "Why are you excited? Are you missing Daddy?" Like, "No, he's coming with cars." So
Yeah.
like, oh, I was like, "Okay, well."
Nice.
So
Out of
that's-
curiosity, what Hot Wheels did you get? Or what cars did you get?
Oh, I got lots. I got some of the Fast and Furious ones. I got but it's just a collection. I mean, I only wanted to buy him like a few, like probably 2 or 3.
Sure.
But then I was doing a video call with him when I went into Walmart, and he saw a pack of 20. He was like, "You're getting me a pack of 20."
He just
and he
made
was
it.
just
He's
so
like,
hooked on
"That
that pack of 20, and
I want
so
that.
like I got him that, and then I think I ended up spending about $70 on
Well.
Hot Wheels. But he does look after it. So
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
like that is his thing too.
That's his
I've seen-
thing, yeah.
You've had me on voice chat when he's been setting them all up and showing everybody how they line out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
he's got that.
I
He's
love that.
very hooked on it. He loves his cars, so we'll see. That's a good thing. So I'm only just feeding that hobby of
right,
his,
yeah,
and
right.
you know that's what my job is, I suppose. So
Well, give it a few more years, and he'll come back around to the appreciation of, it's Dad coming home. You know. That,
well,
that
let's
thing.
hope so. Let's hope
Or
so.
or maybe that
Yeah.
doesn't happen. Who
Maybe
knows?
it doesn't happen. You know, maybe it just.
What I
goes
used to do
this
when
way.
we go
He
on
wants
the
a real
long,
car
when
next
we go on
time.
the long trips. When we go on the long trips, my wife gave me this idea when she would go to Disneyland. Is
Yeah.
She would build these little grab bags. She'd get a bunch of like lunch bags, and she would buy a couple things
Yeah.
at like a dollar store,
Yeah,
little toys and stuff. And then every other day,
yeah,
she would have me give them to the kids. So I
Yeah.
started doing it for my long trips. Like if it's more than 7 days.
yeah,
So when we go to the UK or
Yeah.
Vegas or something, then it was I'd go to the dollar store, buy a bunch of stuff, buy some Hot Wheels, buy some things that the
Oh,
kids
cool.
would want, and I'd build these little grab bags that they could open every other day while I was gone.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then it was something to go like, whoa! And then I
What'd
go,
you
did
get?
you open
Okay.
your bag? When I talk to them, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I got a whoopee cushion, and I got a paddle ball, and I got a car, and I got they would get all these little things. And it
Yeah,
would-
so one of the
it-
guys I
there was something to
actually-
look for, like, oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when do we get the next bag? Because they'd see them all up there.
Yeah,
I'd
so
put
at the
days
Phoenix
on
train,
them.
one of the guys, he's a detailer, and every time he details a fancy car, he tries to get a Hot Wheels sort of version of the same
Oh,
car,
okay.
Oh,
and he
okay.
does like a little video starting with the Hot Wheels and then showing the main car. So he like sent about 5 or 6 videos. So I was just sending that to my son every now and then. But
that's fun.
so yeah, that was good. But here's where I think genuinely need help because I've
Okay.
had really bad luck with hotels.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right, I think just terrible luck.
Really?
Well, did
Yeah.
you stay at the Home 2 Suites here? Or?
Yeah,
So this has been the best.
I was going to say,
No,
hold up.
apart from Boise, it was a last minute thing, and I think I just need some help from you guys in making sure that I choose the correct hotels because the one in Atlanta was just like the pictures looked great, the reviews were great,
Yeah.
but then when I got there, it just seemed
We've
like
got
a
a Best
sad,
Like a
Western
Schenectady
place.
Super 8.
Yeah, we've
There
got
was
a
people in the corridor. Like I got up
Yeah.
at 4 a.m. one morning just because I couldn't sleep properly.
So-
And I wanted to go downstairs get some of those coffee packs, and it was just like people in the corridor just sitting there having a conversation. There's a bit of a funky smell going on as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Sounds like our
okay, well,
Schenectady
yeah,
Exactly.
what's going
That's
on
a
here?
Schenectady Super 8.
yeah. One of our great hotels in
Yeah.
the Atlanta area is in Alpharetta,
Uh-huh.
and it is a Best Western.
Yeah. Great.
in the parking lot. There's an Olive Garden.
Treated like family there.
Solid
yeah.
life
Oh,
advice.
God.
dude.
But but it is. We've
The
stayed at
dad
that
who went
Best
out for
Western
milk or
4
cigarettes or
times.
something and never
Right.
came back.
Whenever we've gone to Atlanta, and it's just down from, it's in Alpharetta, so
Yeah.
it's very central to everything. But we've usually made that our landing and our exit hotel to
Okay.
stay at because it's centrally located, but it's actually inexpensive,
Well, yeah.
delicious breakfast,
Well,
very
there's also
clean,
there's a Taco
comfortable.
Bell in the same parking lot.
There's also
as,
Taco Bell.
as the Olive Garden, right? So what I like about going there is the fact that I could walk down there 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, go down over the Taco Bell, get myself some top tacos, get a compliment on my Nike shoes from the guy behind the counter saying, "Hey, I like your shoes," and I say, "Thanks," and he goes, "Where'd you get them?" I said,
Nike store.
and he goes, "Huh, I like them. I want them." And I go, "Well, I don't know what to
See,
tell
that's
you,
the part
man."
where I start getting nervous.
And I say, "Can I have my soft tacos and leave?" And so I do.
Yeah, that's the Taco Bell
And-
employee asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I go back over to our room and say, "Hey, Levi, you want a soft taco?" And he's like, "No, I'm all good. I ate earlier." And I say, "Cool, well, I'm just going to eat these and then fall asleep."
Yeah.
I was
it's always
expecting you to
great
hear
way
footsteps behind you in the parking lot as you left. And
Fun
the
fact,
employee
though,
door, you hear-
before that, Anthony and I got a little workout in the gym.
Oh.
And then after that, after a good pump, as we say,
Yeah.
Anthony was hungering for some soft tacos. So he headed over to
Yeah, pretty
over
much.
there.
Yeah, but the home two suites here has been fantastic. That's
What's
been
it
really
called,
good.
Andrew?
Yeah, no, it's just some.
Oh, a great
there's a
record store
great
in
record store in Alpharetta. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that's
so-
where we stay. We usually fly into Atlanta and then
Yeah.
go straight from the airport to the hotel in Alpharetta.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we're getting in the evening.
But
And
I think it's the
then-
COVID thing. It's just hotels that just have
Possibly,
that warm,
yeah.
A little
nice
more,
ambience and
yeah.
all of that. They've lost a lot of that charm. I
Probably.
think. Yeah, because some places just not serving breakfast. It just looks
Oh, yeah.
bleak.
Yeah.
Yeah, bleak's the right
yeah.
word for it.
Yeah, but we've
Yeah.
stayed at that. It's a great one. But yeah, let us know areas we
Cool.
can next time we'll get you
Until you
squared
tell us
away. on
next for
that.
a Baja blast and a tube of sour cream.
Well, you're not
Oh.
wrong, G. You're not
Gee,
wrong.
you never miss.
Not wrong. there.
So, speaking of Anthony, I think Ram is concluded. But, Anthony, how about your weekend? What went on?
So my weekend started pretty good. So obviously, getting kind of excited for Halloween coming up, right? Everything, all the spooky stuff, and so I was telling you guys, my wife doesn't like to theme things out around the house for Halloween, right? So I kind of have to do it for myself, right? So I
Right.
go into my office, I set the ambient lighting to like a purple and orange, right? Just to try to really set the mood.
Right.
And
Do you get a pumpkin scented candle or some
So,
sort of
I do like
harvest scent?
Yeah, it's like a harvesty. It's a mixture of leaves and mahogany teak wood
Ooh,
from Bath
ooh.
and Body Works,
Oh,
right?
very nice.
So I mix the two together, and so
Right.
what that gives me is it gives me like a dark,
Got the
smoky,
crunch of the leaves.
fall kind
Yeah.
of scent, right? It's warm, but at the same
Little
time,
crisp
kind of
apple in there.
kind of smoky and dark. I
Yeah.
really like it. I am covered in spider webs, and so kind of set in the mood there. But me and Katie went out for a nice walk, and just in the fall time, it's nice around my
Brisk.
neighborhood because I have my little local coffee shop. So we walk over, go get ourselves a
Yeah.
nice like warm coffee, get some tea, whatever we're doing. Go for a walk around the neighborhood, talk about how beautiful the fall leaves are happening. Because the thing is, here in Boise, if you don't go out to see the leaves and experience, the changing of the colors,
True.
it happens in days,
It
Yeah.
does.
and it's gone.
Immediate.
Like it's like you don't get to hold.
There's a row of autumn purple ashes down the down Park Center.
Yeah.
They're that normal tree in the
Yeah.
center of a median here in Boise, Idaho, are ash trees.
Yeah.
And one of the things they do is they're always the first to get their leaves, but that means they're also the first to lose their leaves.
Yeah.
And so they usually do a green, yellow, orange, red, purple color shift.
Okay.
The problem is, like you said, last week I was driving down Park Center and I'm like, wow, look, they're getting ready to turn. They're starting to turn yellow. I drove down it this morning. They're all purple, and
Yep.
this was like on Saturday. And I'm like, it's been 4 days and all the leaves are now
Wow.
purple.
Yep.
I guarantee you when we get back from Utah, they'll be on the ground and there won't be any leaves there. So that's the only problem because those are the most prettiest. They change
Yeah.
all the way around.
Oh, I didn't know it was that quick here.
Well,
That's
it's
quick.
some
Yeah.
trees yes, some trees no. It depends
Okay.
on that. But we have a abundance of ash trees
Yeah.
here in Boise, and so those change fast. So that's the main reason.
I
If
feel
you'll
like
notice
it happens pretty quick. So, anyways, but yeah, so we did that, and then started watching Squid Game, right? And that's where he's like, Yuri says I should probably check this show out. And at first, we
So
started.
she watched it with you?
We started up, yeah. And I was kind of like, because I'm busy playing my Nintendo Switch.
At the same time that
playing
you're watching television?
Yeah, I'm playing
Multitask.
playing Diablo.
Do you have the
2.
radio going as well?
I might.
Little music?
But-
If you're not going to pay attention, you might as well just fully
watching a
so
movie.
she starts up.
Was
Squid
this while
Game.
you were walking?
Listen, no.
And you were doing
back
this while you're
home.
walking with your coffee.
The show requires attention.
I'm playing Diablo 2, right? While she starts up this
And
show,
then
and she's like,
Are you on Instagram also? At the
So
same
I'm
time?
kind of
Facebook?
playing, leveling up my sorceress, right? And I'm kind of like, oh my god, I love this game. And I start seeing this show in the background, and I kind of start looking away more and more, and then I kind of just set it down and go, what is this show?
Uh-huh.
This is crazy, right? So we ended up starting to watch that and started to binge watch it. And then Saturday, believe it or not, this might blow some people away.
Okay.
I washed the Evo, right? I pulled the Evo out to wash it, right?
Okay, that's not so surprising.
And in the first time in 4 years, I didn't use a rinseless wash.
Wow. Impressive.
Okay.
Soap and water?
Soap and water.
Spot-free
Wow.
water.
But spot-free water, right? But I have not washed that car with soap and water for 4 years.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Well,
Is it gonna fall apart
not,
now?
It's not that interesting. It's just as I was sitting there doing it, I was like, this is kind of weird, right? Like, because I've gotten so used to doing rinseless on a car that, it never really gets that dirty, that I was like, I'll give it a nice, I'll give it a rinse and, soap and water. And so it was just, interesting. But the Opticoat Pro Plus on there is still holding it beautifully, even with all the cat scratches still on the hood that I still have to polish out. And ended up doing that. Cleaned up a couple more things, reorganized my garage. We're finally getting our countertops done today in that bathroom that I told you we were kind of remodeling, renovating. So we're getting...
Again, this is for those that are just tuning in, this is a brand new house.
Mhm, yes, yeah.
Renovating the bath. Was there
Right.
a
wow.
major leak or
No.
water damage or
No,
anything?
Nope, just wanted to have more storage space.
Okay,
And
but
so
if I remember correctly, you had a full
full
countertop
full
full
counter.
of drawers,
Yeah.
drawers
Wow.
and things.
Yeah, just
shelf.
blew out one side of that and had more storage. And so and
So is
then,
it ceiling to wall drawers now? Because I remember you said you took out the mirror.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and then after that, that's actually when Jimmy came over, right?
Oh.
And Jimmy came over because I wanted to reline the hood on my Evo because it's always been a little bit off. And me and Jimmy spent some time trying to figure that out. After quite some time trying to figure it out, and I even sent a message to David because I said, hey, how do I align bump stops perfectly? Because that is an art. I want people to know that alignment of panels.
So is
It's
David
not
like secretly
easy.
an expert on that,
Yeah,
or
he works at
what's the
he's a
deal?
bodyman.
Works at a body shop.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Fireman.
Well, because I was thinking, I was like,
and
Evo's,
bodyman.
he's a Chevy guy.
No. So I was like, I need to figure out this bump stop situation and how to adjust this. And so after spending quite some time, I was like, okay, I can't really figure it out. The more I looked at it, I sent a message to David. He says, hey, I actually think that your bumper is sagging on one side, causing it there to look like there's more of a separation there. But we're talking about like
millimeters.
an eighth of an inch. Like
But it's the kind of thing you would
it's literally
notice.
millimeters.
It's
And
not,
it would
it's
drive
not
you
anything
crazy.
really that noticeable, but it's just something that I noticed, and I'm like, I want to see how can I get that dialed in. And after thinking about it for far too long, I was like, yeah, this isn't worth my time and stress to do this. And Jimmy came over, and Jimmy's like, this is dumb. Why are we doing this? And I said, Jimmy, I don't know. I'm sorry.
He's
But
like, I wonder why you were
the
calling
scary
me."
part is, though, so don't ever try to adjust your hood on your own. I'll just say that, just for reference. That should be common sense. But because I was talking to my friend Jason, who was supposed to come over and help me. Jason's like, yo, dude, I got the big C. And I said,
Wah,
dang
wah.
it, again? And he's like, yeah, I got it again. I'm like, all right, well, let me try to figure this out on my own. He's like, it's easy. I do it myself all the time. You adjust the two where the hinges are, right? What happens? If you make an adjustment lower or you bring it down or bring it up, right, and you try to retighten that, if you go to check where that hood may close, that hood can be on the fender.
Right.
And you wouldn't know it because it could be diagonal, right? It sounds crazy, but it's very much possible. So I end up getting to a point where I'm like, this is so tight on
So,
one side that I
question.
called Jimmy over to help me fix it.
That
when
was
you
so
took
smart.
the hood off, freed it from the bolts, did you notice that there's a spot in which paint is missing? from where the washers were.
No way, because didn't take it off all the way. We just loosened them.
Well, fun fact, next time you want to do this, make sure that the bolts completely cover those unpainted areas.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you register that hood, so you know exactly what it was like when it was from the factory.
Oh, yeah.
And it was painted originally. They put it on. The robots put it on
Yeah.
at the factory.
Yeah.
So
but,
they make
yeah.
sure it's perfectly aligned using lasers.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I find that
You don't
not
have
really-
that, but you have those registrations, spray paint marks.
Yeah. So anyway,
Very simple. That's how I do it on the Suburban. That's how I did the Elantra. You know, the Elantra's got a number of performance hoods that it has had, and the Suburban has that current HD hood on it. That
the
was something
only
I
thing it
actually
has
had
on the
Jimmy.
front.
Levi,
I had
that had the
Jimmy
worst. That
put
HD
that
hood
on
had the worst
with
fitment
me.
I've ever seen of any hood.
Well,
made
it
Anthony's
was,
Civic look
it was
right.
a bent hood, but it's what I call cold air induction. So,
by the intake.
yeah,
so
cold intake
More
on
than just
the
like
sides.
air induction
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
accident.
But
something-
point was,
Incidental air
I just use
induction.
those. Just stick it on. You're a junkyard guy. You know how we do that. You just take them off. So you see that. Put
Yeah.
'em on. Tighten up. All good. All done.
yeah.
Just do that.
Anyway, Anthony.
Yeah, something like that. No, after that, no, it was just a matter of continuing with binge watch Squid Game, playing more Diablo over the weekend. It was nice. It was one of the weekends where I didn't really do too much
Well, you've been running and gunning.
running and gunning, so I wanted to kind of chill and sit on the couch. And
Yeah.
I said, this is kind of nice, being
Yeah.
able to sit here and make up an excuse that I'm playing a video game or
Yeah.
something like that.
Because you've had a lot of, like we
Trying
said,
to-
like you stated, home projects.
Yeah.
A lot of home projects.
I'm trying to think if there's any other
So it's nice to
pictures
have that little relaxing time.
of anything else.
Anthony
that I
doesn't
did.
sit
for-
still very much.
No, I
Well,
don't.
Does he
know.
not?
No.
Dana, well, no. He's,
Unless he's
so-
engrossed in Instagram. That's
No.
the exception.
When
but-
Anthony has his own projects,
Hmm.
that's a good weekend. When you have
Yeah.
your own stuff that you want to do, it's when the honeydew list
Mhm.
gets excessive, and it's like he
Stresses
has
him
no
out.
breathing
Oh,
room
okay.
to want to be able to spend a weekend to sit, because it's like, all right, I'm excited, I'm going to get this project done, and the wife goes, we're going to be renovating the kitchen, new kitchen. And you're like, but the kitchen is 6 months old. Why are we doing that? She's like, for a picture, it's going to be there.
Managing expectations.
Yeah,
That's
company's
always
paying
a
for
challenge,
it.
isn't it, Anthony?
Yeah, something kind of like that. And so, other than that, though, what I ended up doing was on Sunday, I repolished out the front of the Civics. Remember how I told you I was trying to
Yeah.
adjust something on a grill, marred the crap out of it. That's what I love about coatings. Love and hate, right?
Mhm.
I love the fact that coatings are protective. I love the fact that coatings can still be marred and swirled up, but still have all the protective characteristics. My problem is that when a coating gets swirled up, I can't help looking at it. But
Right.
I see a swirled coating,
Yeah.
even though I know it's still there, it has to be fixed, right?
Right.
And so I ended up polishing out the front end of the Civic, recoating that with. I actually had what's left over of the Pro, right,
Mhm.
of the Crystal Serum Ultra, and coated that over that, and called that good. Went out for a nice drive on Sunday in the Evo. Went and filled up some gas, kind of boosted around, right?
Ah.
Pulled
Well,
up,
it is
pulled
boost
up,
weather.
Pulled up next to a Chick-fil-A C8 Corvette.
Chick-fil-A branded? Wrapped?
So it was a red C8 Corvette that literally just had the Chick-fil-A logo going down both sides of it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
But I'm guessing the guy is probably one of the owners of
Probably
Chick-fil-A
one of the owners of
or
Chick-fil-A,
something
and
like
that's
that.
how he's justifying the purchase.
Either that or it's a
Gonna
donk
wrap
where
it.
they
Right
do the
off,
big
yeah,
branding,
right
but he
off
hasn't
as a
put the big
business
wheels on it
expense.
yet.
Yeah.
I tried
Probably,
kind of like I
Joe
tried
Great
Bucklow.
movie, RSX, by the way.
Man on Fire was a fantastic
Yeah.
movie. I tried playing with him a little bit, right? We're coming down I think
Mhm.
McMillan, and I was trying to like,
Like,
you
come
know,
on,
it's like-
Joe, let's
I
do
was
this.
kinda
Just get the
doing
flutter
some-
going.
yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony, did
turbo
you get my
flutter going.
email? We've got some delicious chicken sandwiches for free at the Broadway location.
Guy didn't
And,
want to. He didn't want to play.
okay.
He was he would have whooped me. He would have spanked me. But I would have still liked to give him a quick
Yeah,
little
little fun.
see what would happen. But no, that was pretty much it. I mean, then came home, played more Diablo. Honestly, just had a pretty chill weekend. Didn't do anything too crazy.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew. Just remember,
yeah, we
you
had
live
it.
in
We had
Florida.
some when Ram went for lunch yesterday.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. No, it's Chick-fil-A. It's hit or miss. I don't think it's that good. I think it's okay, but I'm not going to.
Crave Chick-fil-A.
I crave Chick-fil-A.
No, I don't crave
I live
it.
for the sauce.
I don't crave it. And I also wouldn't sit in the crazy lines that
It's
some
the
people-
fastest line in the world.
It is fast, right? And
It's
they do a
very
good job.
efficiently
It's
run.
the
I've
most
never-
efficiently ran line queuing system in the world.
I've never complained about the service either. I just, it's just something that.
There's always
I don't
young
know.
young college
But the
children.
last thing I'll leave you with
hang
is
out
that
there.
I
I was
have
gonna say,
been
making it weird.
I have been craving another Honda in my life.
Oh,
I had a
really
lot of
now?
fun working on our project
Yeah.
car.
So are you going to
build
buy
here.
it back from RSX
Right?
Freak 79?
No, I am not. I am going to let Gabriel enjoy it and love it and take care of it. But I have been craving another one.
I saw like a poll being conducted or something. You threw some ideas out there just to see what people would say.
So are you looking at a Del Sol or a CRV?
I am looking at another. I need to find another 90s Honda crap box.
I'm
Like,
really thinking what you need to do this time
DC
is a
Integra.
CRV and do a little off-road build,
I can't.
but do a
Can't.
Anthony Fisher OEM Plus off-road.
I want to see an Anthony
I think it'd be
off-roader.
cool.
He's so into
Dude,
the
I-
tuner
no,
scene. I
I
would just
would-
love
But
to
I
see
wanna
what he
see-
applies
but
his
I wanna
skills
see
to
his
something
tuner skills
different.
added to the CRV.
Yeah.
Little horsepower, little cool factor,
Yeah.
but then a little lift, tasteful mods,
Like a turbo
some
CRV,
Mambas,
but
lift
lifted.
some
Honestly,
wheels or some Koenigs
the
with
B-
some
the-
off-road tires. Look pretty
The
good.
B20 is such a good motor, and so, but I mean, like basically, realistically, CRV. If I were to find one, 5-speed, right?
Mhm.
The electric blue pearl, if I could find one,
Okay.
right? So because that was a very rare color on
Yeah.
the CRVs, and I don't know if it was Milano red or if they did the other type of Roma red on the CRVs as well. But that would be a cool one to do. I agree. Lift, Koenig wheels, right? Meaty tires on it, because I can still put meaty tires on a
Yep.
tuner wheel. Do something like that, and just kind of make it
4
OEM
doors.
plus.
You could still use it for grocery runs, Home Depot runs, things like that. Maybe a little light camping with Dane and his
You
high
could have
ace.
some fun with that.
So something like that would be kind of fun, right?
You'd be a
But
lot
the thing
faster
is
than me, I
this
know
would be
that.
another project I would pull on and potentially eventually sell. Because Katie gave me the green light. She said, "Hey, if you want to do that again, you can do that again. I know you had a lot of fun doing it, and you know,
Well, and you showed
enjoy
you
it."
could make some money with
Yeah,
it.
as long as
Well-
you turn a profit.
Well,
we'll
as,
let you
yeah,
keep
well,
doing
but no,
this.
as long as I get rid of it, you know,
Oh.
it can't be a forever thing. But I was thinking a CRV would be pretty cool. A lot of people really like the idea of an Integra, but I cannot find an Integra
Right.
to save my life.
David Cervantes says a Ridgeline build.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know.
See,
about
for me,
that.
it's the first gen Ridgeline in the green color. Make it look like a Halo Warthog. I think you could have some fun doing something like
so,
that.
and then lastly,
Oh,
an Integra.
you didn't hear Nick said lift an Odyssey.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah. Nick's got a Sienna, and after seeing the power that those Siennas have, that 2J
Yeah.
Sienna, whatever the heck's under the motor, that thing is like the fastest van I've ever seen.
2J Sienna.
2J Sienna. But
I don't know about a new Honda, but I can certainly fulfill the fantasy of that. The last year's fantasy of getting Ram and a Ram. We can make that happen today
yeah,
if you
we
want.
can absolutely
Yeah.
do that today.
Absolutely,
We
put a
need
Ram
to.
and a Ram.
Yeah.
But I think the last thing, so three cars would be potentially interested. I'm not saying no to the CRV. If I found a clean model, but it would have to be a 5-speed.
Right.
RSX, perhaps?
So 5-speed CRV, make it into like a JDM tuner, OEM plus, kind of semi-off-road build, right?
Yeah.
Just make it kind of badass looking. Integra or an RSX Type S, as RSX Freak 79 said.
Yeah.
Because the RSX Type S, specifically the 2005 and
Okay.
2006, I would want the 2006. That would be in the 6-speed manual.
That's the smooth
with
headlight version, the
Yeah,
clean,
smooth headlight
yeah.
version. Black leather interior, right, with the lip kit, the OEM lip kit, would be like, that would be the one. But the problem is, if I got that, I think I would fall too much in love with it. And I think
Oh.
that I would sacrifice the red Civic for an RSX because
Sure.
I think I would like the RSX too much. So,
Yeah.
I think
but
you would.
yeah, because RSX are actually pretty affordable. You can find them; they're pretty common.
Tons of college kids
Um,
still have them.
The 2006 is the hardest to find, though. I'm having a heck of
Yeah.
a time finding one, and but
It
the
probably won't be in a
Integra-
color you necessarily want if you do find one.
I don't want a damn Ridgeline. Get out of here! I don't know. I've never said I wanted a Ridgeline.
Andrew,
Don't
yes,
go
it
with
has a
cool truck
stuff you could
J35
be
in it.
doing.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no. I would.
My
have
dad
a,
has a Ridgeline, a Honda.
The J Series
Ridgeline
is a
Sport.
great engine.
I would have an
It's got the
off-road
sport.
CRV before having a Ridgeline.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
all right.
But
I
don't
would
know.
do a CRV next. If it was me, I would build a CRV.
It's still got that Civic feel to it.
Well, what I
Yeah.
love, my favorite part of CRVs are, first off, there's so many in the junkyard. It's
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But the craziest part about CRVs in the junkyard, every single one of them has over 250,000 miles.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single one. Like, I'm serious, because I look
Yeah.
at the clusters every single day when I'm there. But there is a ton of parts in there. The interiors are very durable on those. They hold up great because the fabric, everything that they used in there just made it very structurally
Yeah.
sound. The best part is the table in the trunk.
Yeah.
The fold-out camping table.
It's a great little touch.
That's my favorite little thing about it.
Even the
I don't
early
know.
RAV4s didn't have
Milano
that.
Red, Electric Blue Pearl CRV.
Okay.
I could see that going pretty hard.
Yeah.
But 5C manual has to be. We'll see.
Okay. And on that note, I think we've established
So,
a potential future
Let
project
Ram,
for
what are we
Anthony.
going to see for Colourlock for 2021, 2022? What do we got left? What are you going to
Well-
start some trainings? Is that the game plan for next year
Yeah, so a lot of trainings again because we've missed out, sort of 18 months of not doing any training
in the US?
in the US mainly, and obviously just getting back onto the shows and exhibitions, right? Mobile Tech Expo, SEMA. I think this year is going to be a bit of a challenge for us.
Yeah.
So again, do that next year, and just do a lot more trainings and just be around and available a lot more for people who we've connected with.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's what it is, and hopefully, we will be able to travel freely. Certainly looks like, from November, December onwards, all of that should be okay. So, yeah,
Fun. It'll be
Should be
exciting
good.
to have everybody back. So,
Yeah.
they can find trainings, dates, any of that kind of stuff. Upcoming dates is all.
yeah, probably around
colourlock.com.
Feb, March is when we're looking at the
Okay.
next round of trainings. We've just done 4,
Okay.
so the February, March is when was going to be the next round of trainings.
Yeah, but check out colourlock.com.
Absolutely, yeah, colourlock.com/training. That's the page you got to go on.
There you go.
Got it.
Cool.
Okay,
All right.
guys.
Yep. I got
Well-
Ambassador calls to finish up today.
Yeah.
So
You got work to do.
got work to
Cool.
do.
All right.
All right, guys.
More.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And we hope you have a wonderfully spooky week, but not too spooky, just the right amount. Have some fun out there. We'll catch up with you again on Thursday for Q&A Thursday over at the Rag Company YouTube channel. As you know, this is the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed so you know every time we go live. And we'll see you next time. Adios.
See ya.
See ya.
See?